Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 400. I'm Phil Graham, and today I'm going to be sharing 7 reasons you should be going all in on Meta, on Facebook ads and Instagram ads here in 2025. Happy New Year, my friends. Even though it's the 7th, this is actually the first episode of 2025, and I'm so glad you are here. Thank you guys so much for 400 episodes. That is so many weekly episodes. I still remember way back in 2017 when I started this podcast and gave myself a commitment that I was going to do an episode every single week. And here we are, 8 years later and 400 episodes later, and we are going strong. And I want to thank you guys for listening, whether you've been with me for years or this is your first episode or anything in between. I'm so glad you're here. And I really love doing these. I really do fresh new episodes every single week. And I'm excited for 400 more because it's a lot of fun, my friends. I invite you to subscribe if you're not already on your podcast listening app of choice. So whether you guys are B2B or you're B2C, or maybe both, your audience, your potential ideal clients and customers are on Meta. And there is a tremendous amount of opportunity here in 2025. And this week, this episode is about why you should be going all in on Meta, on Facebook and Instagram ads. And then next week, I'm going to be sharing some of my best practices for Facebook and Instagram ads for 2025. So today's about the why, next week is about the how, and they're both equally important. Now, as I said before, this is episode number 400, which is a pretty amazing accomplishment. And I've got some announcements for what to expect this year on the podcast. Of course, I'll continue to always do fresh, new, weekly, relevant episodes every single week. And this year, I'm going to be talking a lot more about AI. Now, I also have another podcast that's focused on AI specifically that you'll be hearing about. And I think that's going to be really cool, but I'm going to talk a lot more about AI in this podcast throughout many different episodes of the year because I use it a lot. I think a lot of people, in fact, I know a lot of people use it in the wrong way, which can actually hurt them. And I want to teach people how to use it efficiently and correctly. So we'll be having a lot more AI stuff this year on the podcast. I'm going to start doing some quarterly game plans as it relates to ads and marketing and sharing those with you guys. I'm also going to start a weekly email that shares some strategy of what's happening right now and what's working and what's not. And then also, I'm working on some downloads, some templates for you guys. I'm not a big fan of templates because you need a lot more than that to make things really work. But when it's done in the right way, and then there's some training behind it, it can be effective. So I've got that as well. So there's a lot of great things ahead for you guys this year on the podcast. And before we jump in and talk about why you should be going all in on Facebook ads this year, just a quick note. If you guys are looking for some help with your ads, maybe you want some one-on-one coaching and consulting, I think it's the best way in the world to learn this stuff. So whether it's focused on AI or ads specifically or both, if you need consulting, I've got your back. Or maybe you want somebody to run your ads for you so you don't have to do it yourself. For either one of those things, just go to my website, philgrahamdigital.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital, and I would love to connect with you. And as usual, my aim and my goal for these episodes are to keep them short and full of value and very actionable for you guys. So I'm going to be doing that all year. So let's talk about why I recommend you guys go all in on Facebook and Instagram ads this year. Now, going all in doesn't mean you don't do anything else. I actually love running ads on other platforms too. It's just Facebook and Instagram are my favorites by far, and I think they're the best by far. So I would absolutely have that be your main primary platform. And there's a lot of reasons why. So, number one, Meta is where the people are. When you look at their last stock market report, which was, I believe, back in November or October, somewhere around there, October, November, they do this every 3 months. They reported that they grew 5% year over year for the third quarter, all the way to 3.29 billion daily active people. Over 3 billion daily active people. Meta is where people spend their time, and people of all ages. I don't care if you have a young audience, an old audience, or everybody in between. They're on Facebook or Instagram or both. They're on Threads. They're on WhatsApp. Meta is an amazing platform, and I highly recommend you guys are there, not only there with your ads, but as a primary source with your ads. There's too many people that think that they should go elsewhere to some other platform when Meta, in my opinion, is by far number one. Like, I think it's not even close. Reason number two is that Threads will probably get ads this year. Now, some people will love that and some will hate it, but hey, it's reality. It's not a charity, right? So Meta's Threads platform will probably start getting ads very soon, which is a great opportunity for us advertisers. You know, when I say Facebook ads on the podcast, I mean Facebook and Instagram, and then I'm going to have to add Threads to that list as well, and WhatsApp and Messenger and everything else. But I think it's a huge opportunity when Threads starts allowing ads. That's something that's going to make it even better. The number three reason I think you should go all in with Facebook ads this year is organic social media is noisier than ever and tougher than ever. I think Facebook ads are the best, reliable, scalable way and system to get attention that can then potentially bring in leads, customers, and clients. When you compare that to organic, oh my goodness, some people spend their whole life posting on organic, sometimes all day, every day on tons of platforms. And there's just so much noise out there. It's crazy. And then your reach gets limited big time. I've got some clients with many millions of followers, and a very tiny, tiny percentage of them will actually see their posts. And that keeps getting worse and worse. Also, some other platforms have way less people. So whether you are comparing ads to organic, where it's extremely noisy, very few people see your things, or you're comparing it to doing nothing, I think those are horrible choices. When you can run ads and have a reliable, scalable system and way to get in front of your ideal audience and measure what works and what doesn't and adapt to the data, it's a no-brainer. Number four, SEO. It's actually getting much tougher and more challenging as well. Now, I saw some stats the other day. I don't know if it's true, but I did see it from a few different sources, and it sounds pretty accurate, and it kind of reflects my use as well. So I'm not going to say it's 100% true because I haven't verified it, and I'm always going to be upfront with that kind of stuff. But what I saw was an estimate of something about 60% of Google searches don't end up with a click to a website anymore. And that is because when people search, there's a lot of information inline right in the Google search box. A lot of times you've got the AI at the top giving you an answer. You've got more information on the Google search page itself, and Google really doesn't want you to have to click away. And more people are not clicking away. And so that makes SEO way tougher, way more expensive, and it just does not compare, in my opinion, to running paid ads. And so that's another reason I recommend Facebook ads. Number five, this is all about protecting yourself and your business. Now, I think that a lot of people are very optimistic about this year, and I think you actually should be. But without the year playing out, you don't know what the economy is going to look like in 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, etc. You don't know whether it's going to be good or bad or great. But here's the thing, regardless of what the economy is, whether it's bad or good, you want to protect yourself and you want to do things that you can do to market yourself, market your brand, and bring in potential leads and clients and customers. And ads are such a great way to do that. And you really, in my opinion, if you need more customers, if you need more clients, you shouldn't be cutting things like advertising or upskilling and learning or consulting to get better. Those are the things that could make a big difference. Anything that you want to cut out if you're not doing well or if you're just worried about the future should be things that you don't need, things that don't make you better, things that don't get you in front of potential customers and clients. When you run smart ads, when you run great ads, sometimes that can really help give you an edge regardless of the economy. And so I think it's something that's really good to help protect yourself and your company. Obviously, every situation is different, but I think that's another great reason to be running ads this year. And then number 6, I kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier, but there is more noise now than there ever has been. And this isn't just on one platform, it's everywhere online and even offline for that matter. You know what I love about ads? They essentially give you guaranteed targeted reach. You know when you spend X number of dollars, you know what the CPM is, you can see the data, you can see how many people you reached, and then you can make decisions based off of that data. And you can cut through the noise, especially if you're good at running ads, you're good at strategy, you're good at the creatives and things like that. So I think that is a game changer and another big reason why you should be going all in on Facebook ads this year. And then last but certainly not least, number 7, ad prices. Now, this is all relative to what you would consider a good deal, but I absolutely think ads on Facebook and Instagram are still, in my opinion, for most people, very underpriced and an amazing, amazing deal. And I highly recommend you guys take advantage of that and leverage that. Now, we run ads elsewhere too, like on Google and YouTube and TikTok, etc. And I like those platforms, but I still think Facebook and Instagram are by far the best deal. And I really like the ad prices. I think that, again, it's relative, but I've been doing this a long time and I still think they are way underpriced. Hopefully Mark Zuckerberg isn't listening, doesn't just raise the prices. I'm not saying that, but they are a good deal. So overall, you guys, I see lots of optimism and opportunity here in 2025. Whether you're B2B or B2C, your ideal people are most likely on Meta, probably practically every day for a lot of them. And when you run ads and you're really good at it, skill can be rewarded. And it can help you cut through the noise and really stand out and differentiate. So I invite you guys to make 2025 an amazing year. And I recommend you go all in with Facebook and Instagram ads this year. And again, that doesn't mean doing anything crazy. It just means focusing on running ads on that platform. And you are in the right place to learn it, because each week, all year, we're going to be talking about how to do that and more. So my friends, episode 400 is in the books. First episode of 2025. Thank you so much for being here. Lastly, it's important to remind you that every business is unique. Results can vary. There are no guaranteed outcomes. So just always keep that in mind. If you want to get in touch, my website is philgrahamdigital.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital, and I will talk to you on next week's episode. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.